Welcome students to the video lecture series of RGPV Bhopal. This is lecture number 2 of module number 4, which deals with tenses in the subject communication skills in English, paper code 6801 under the OCBC scheme of RGPV Bhopal. I am Dr. Sarla Verma, lecturer in English, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar Polytechnic College, Gwalior. And this module, as you all know, deals with the tenses. So this second lecture deals with past and the future tense. We have already discussed the present tense in lecture number 1. So we begin with the past and the future in this lecture number 2 of module number 4. The specific module outcomes of this module on tenses are to understand the concept of tenses. The students will be able to use tenses correctly in a given situation, and you will be able to apply the knowledge of tenses to communicate effectively. Now, in past tense also we have simple past, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. So let's begin with the simple past and past continuous tense. The simple past takes the second form of the verb. It takes the past tense form of the verb. Whereas past continuous tense, as I told you, all the continuous tenses, they take ing form of the verb. So the past continuous tense will take was or were helping verb according to the subject, and it will take ing form of the verb. A simple past deals with the action that has happened in the past or that has taken place in the past. And we don't want it to be connected with the present. Examples, he studied in this college. So it is a matter of past. He studied in this college. So now maybe he's in job, but he studied in this college. So this is a fact. She taught me English. So it has no connection with the present, but when you are talking about the teacher, you are saying she taught me English. He was a famous painter. So again, it's a matter of past. He was a famous painter. Now, whether he's alive or whether he still paints, you don't want to show any connection. But you have used the simple past to say that he was a famous painter. Now, in continuous tense, we talk about an action which was in progress at some point of time in the past. So, the action was in progress or it was continuing in the past. So, we want to show the continuity of action in the past. Like, he was doing his work. He was doing his work. When we reached their house, they were having dinner. So the reference is sometime in the past, some point of time in the past when we reached their house. That time they were having dinner. So the action of doing and the action of taking dinner or having dinner was in progress in the past. It was continuing in the past. So simple past means the action simply happened in the past, and past continuous tense means the action was in progress at some point of time but in the past. So this is simple past and past continuous tense. Now, students often get confused because there is a very thin line of demarcation between the present perfect and simple past. Present perfect also means action complete, and simple past also means action happened in the past. Present perfect suggests that the action is complete, the action is finished, but in the present. And simple past shows no connection. When you do not want to show a connection of the action or of the effect of the action in present, then we use simple past. So the connection with the present is broken in simple past. Whereas in present perfect, we want the action to be very much connected with the present. So action is completed in the present and action is completed in the past. This is the difference. But to emphasize the connection with the present, when we want to emphasize the connection with the present, when we want the effect of the action to be evident in the present, then we use present perfect tense. When you do not want to maintain the connection with the present, then we use simple past. Let us take some examples and understand it better. I have taken tea. I have taken tea. And how will we say this in simple past? I took tea before leaving my house. So imagine a situation if some of your friend, he turns up to your house and you're offering him tea, and your friend replies, I have taken tea. This is in present perfect tense. And if he says, I took tea before leaving my house, what is the difference? When he says, I have taken tea, he wants uh, to remain connected with the action of taking tea in present also. I have taken it. That means I don't need any more. But if you say, I took tea before leaving my house, you are using simple past tense. Now, here, the action of taking tea has no connection with the present, though you took tea just before leaving the house, but you are saying, I took tea before leaving my house. So the connection with the present is broken. Now your friend can offer you, he can say, okay, just have half a cup of tea, or you can have a little more. So in this way, when you don't break the connection with the present, see, I have taken tea. That means I need no more. I took tea before leaving my house. You've broken the connection with the present. Your friend can offer you still a little more. I have seen the movie. Suppose you offer your friend, let's go and watch a movie. And he says, I have seen the movie. That means he has seen it. He wants the action of having seen the movie remain connected with the present. So he says, I have seen the movie. I remember the story. I remember the dialogue. I remember the scenes. I have seen the movie. It's there in my mind. But when he says, I saw this movie last month, he has broken the connection with the present. I saw this movie last month. Then you can say, okay, now watch it with me. We'll enjoy. So here there's no connection with the present. Okay, though he has seen it last month only, but because he himself has broken the connection with the present, you can again move a little forward and offer your friend, okay, let's watch it together. Let's take another example. If you do not use the tenses properly to intend the exact meaning that you want to convey, sometimes it can be a problem. Sometimes wrong meaning may be conveyed or communicated. Like, see, this sentence present perfect, and here on the right you have the sentence in the simple past. My father has been 70 years old last January. When you say my father has been 70 years old last January, you are maintaining connection with the present. कि मेरे पिताजी पिछली जनवरी में 70 साल के हो चुके हैं. तो मेरे पिताजी 70 वर्ष के हो चुके हैं. He has been 70 years old last January. But when we use simple past, my father was 70 years old last January. मेरे पिताजी पिछली जनवरी में 70 वर्ष के थे. So when you say my father was 70 years old last January, you have broken the connection with the present in simple past. See, my father has been 70 years old last January. This means your father is still alive, he is healthy, and he has been 70 years old last January. When you say my father was 70 years old last January, the listener, he is in doubt whether your father is still alive or whether he is fit. Huh? So he may ask, then what happened? What happened? He was 70 years old last January, and what happened? means whether he is still there or not. So it conveys the meaning of the connection being detached with the present. So sometimes using the using the tense wrongly can communicate wrong meaning. Now see, I have learnt German. I have learnt German. The next example, and in past, simple past, it will be I learnt German. So when you say I have learnt German, it means that I have learnt German and I know German. Okay, maybe a little bit of German, or I know it well. But I have learnt German. You want the connection of having learnt German being connected with the present. You don't want to break that connection. When you say I learnt German, that means you learnt it in the past. It's a matter of past. I learnt German. Maybe now I don't remember it so well. Maybe I will not be able to understand German if somebody speaks it. Or maybe if you are seeking some help from me, then please don't expect. So I learned German. This has no connection with the present, and I have learned German. You want it to be connected with the present. So the evidence of having learned German, you still have some knowledge of German. You want to communicate this. So that is why we are using present perfect tense. I have learned German. Okay. See, we have been good friends. This is the next example. We have been good friends. This is in present perfect. Means we have been good friends. Means we are still good friends. Or if we meet, then we will be able to recognize each other, and again we will come at the same frequency of friendship. We are good friends. So we have been good friends means we are still good friends. Or if we meet, then we will again be friendly with each other. But if you say we were good friends, means we were good friends in the past. Now, if you meet again, you don't know, or you are not sure whether the same friendship will emerge or not, or whether he will recognize you or not, or whether you will be at the same frequency or not. So we were good friends. This is a thing of past. It has got no connection with the present. But we have been good friends. You you are maintaining the connection with the present, and you are sure that if you meet again, then again you will meet like friends. So in this way, present perfect and simple past tense, they have to be used with discretion. You should know what you want to communicate, what is the purpose of communication, and according to that, you should use simple past or present perfect tense. See, both deal with action which happened, which are complete. So, action completed, maybe in near past or maybe in remote past. That doesn't matter. I told you time is a continuous entity. समय जो है वो continuous है. उसमें कोई विभाजन देखा नहीं है कि इससे पहले हुआ है तो हम उसको past कह दें और इस समय से अगर बाद में हुआ है तो हम उसको present में रखेंगे. This is not the case. आपकी intention क्या है? आप उसको present से जोड़ के रखना चाहते हैं या उसका present से connection खत्म करना चाहते हैं. If you want it to remain connected with the present, you always use present perfect tense. If you want the action to be disconnected from present, then we can use simple past. Now, this takes the sequence of tenses. We also use present perfect and simple past to show the sequence of actions. Suppose there are two actions happening one after the other, and you want to show the sequence of action. Sequence मतलब क्रम. कि एक एक्शन के बाद दूसरा एक्शन हो रहा है और हमें उसका क्रम दिखाना है कि एक पहले हुआ एक बाद में हुआ. When actions have happened in near past, or we use simple past to denote the earlier action. जो पहले हुआ है एक्शन उसको हम simple past से दिखाएंगे और जो एक्शन बाद में हुआ है जो प्रेजेंट के नजदीक है उस एक्शन को हम प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट से दिखाएंगे. So simple past is used to denote the earlier action or the first action, and present perfect is used to denote the later action or the last action, which is closer to present, which is closer to present. So example, she came from school and has gone out to play. She came from school and has gone out to play. So came, this verb, this happened, this happened earlier, and she has gone out to play. This action has happened later. So we have used present perfect with has gone out and simple past with she came. Because first she came from school and then she went out to play. So she has gone out to play. Uh, this has connection with the present because she has gone out but she has not returned back home. So we can use the present perfect with has gone out to play, and simple past with the verb come. The train departed late but has arrived on time. Again, the train departed late from the earlier station, from the last station. The train departed late but has arrived on this station on time. So departed, this is the earlier action, and arrived, this is the later action. So we have used present perfect tense because this has connection with the present, that the train has arrived on time. He ran fast but has lost the race. So he ran fast but has lost the race. Which is the earlier action? Run. So he ran fast, but this losing the race has connection with the present. But the final result is he has lost the race. So has lost we have used in present perfect tense and ran in simple past tense. Now let us take past perfect tense. Past perfect tense takes had and the third form of the verb. Now past perfect tense is used to denote an action that got completed in the past. So simple past also means the action got completed in the past. But past perfect means when there is a sequence of actions, जब दो actions हो और दोनों past में हुए, दो actions हैं और उनका क्रम बताना है, दोनों पास्ट में हुए, तो जो एक्शन पुराना है, जो पहले हुआ है, उसके साथ हम पास्ट परफेक्ट यूज करेंगे, और जो एक्शन बाद का है उसके लिए हम सिंपल पास्ट यूज करेंगे. So the action which happened earlier in the past, we will use the had and the third form of the verb. So had and third form of the verb, past participle form of the verb. That means past perfect tense with the first action and the past simple past with the second action. तो जहाँ sequence of tenses बतानी है हमें, या कोई action remote past में हुआ है, बहुत पहले हुआ है, complete हो चुका है, complete हो चुका था, then we use past perfect tense. So any action which happened in the remote past, it has got no connection with the present, or when we want to show the sequence of tenses, a sequence of actions, when both the actions happened in the past, then we use past perfect with the earlier action and simple past with the later action. So this is simple past versus past perfect. So simple past is used with the action which was completed in the past. Past perfect is also used for action which was completed in the past. But in past perfect tense, we often use past perfect tense to show the sequence. So action completed before another action happened in the past. Or in sequence of action, action that took place first. So action that took place first in the past will take past perfect tense, and the action which took place later in the past will take simple past. Let us take examples of sequence of tenses of past perfect tense and simple past. See how the meaning changes if you use the verb in past perfect tense or in simple past. The first example says, the doctor came when the patient had died. The doctor came when the patient had died. So what happened first? This is past perfect tense. This happened first. The patient died first and the doctor came later. So when the doctor came, the patient had already died. So these are two actions taking place in the past. The patient died and the doctor came. So what happened first in this example? The patient had died. This is past perfect tense, means this is an action of remote past. Well, this happened earlier. This happened first. And then the doctor came. Now, if you reverse the use, if you use past perfect tense with the verb come and simple past, the verb die. Let's see how the situation changes. The doctor had come when the patient died. So the patient died before the doctor, in front of the doctor. The doctor had already come when the patient died. So you can ask the doctor, or what was the condition of patient when he came. So here the doctor came first. So you are using past perfect with the doctor. The doctor had come when the patient died. So the patient died in front of the doctor. Here the patient died before the doctor came. The patient had already died when the doctor came. Let us take another example. The train left after I had reached the station. So this is left is simple past and had reached is past perfect tense, which happened earlier. So the train left after I had reached the station. So I had reached the station. So I already had reached the station when the train left. So I could see off the guests. I could wave them bye-bye. Okay. So I had reached the station and the train left later. Now the train had left before I reached the station. So the train had already left before I reached the station. So I did not get the train. The train left before I reached the station. So you have to tell the sequence. इसमें आपको क्रम बताना है. तो देखिए क्रम किस तरह से reverse हो जाता है. If you say the train had left, that means the train had left before. Even if you do not use this before और after जो है ये indicators हैं, ये बता रहे हैं कि क्या पहले हुआ. Even if you don't use before, अगर आप यहाँ when भी लिखेंगे when, तो भी इस सेंटेंस का मीनिंग यही निकलेगा, क्योंकि पास्ट परफेक्ट हम वहां यूज करेंगे जो एक्शन पहले हो चुका है, और सिंपल पास्ट हम वहां यूज करेंगे पास्ट परफेक्ट और सिंपल पास्ट. जब दो एक्शंस का हमें क्रम बताना है, दोनों एक्शंस पास्ट के हैं, तो पास्ट परफेक्ट वाला एक्शन पहले हो चुका है, सिंपल पास्ट हम वहां यूज करेंगे जो एक्शन उसके बाद हुआ है. सो द ट्रेन हैड लेफ्ट बिफोर आई रीच्ड द स्टेशन. द प्लेन हैड ऑलरेडी लैंडेड व्हेन वी रीच्ड द एयरपोर्ट यस्टरडे. तो द प्लेन हैड ऑलरेडी, देखिए ऑलरेडी भी इंडिकेटर है जो बता रहा है कि दिस एक्शन had happened. So the plane had already landed. So this is again past perfect tense, and already is the time indicator which shows that this action had already happened. ये पहले हो चुका था. So when we reached the airport, the plane had already landed. We had already reached the airport means we reached the airport before the plane had landed. And here the plane had already landed when we reached the airport yesterday. So the meaning changes. In one case, you have reached earlier than the plane, and in the other sentence, the plane had already landed before you reached the airport. So in this way, to show the sequence of tenses, you can use past perfect tense and simple past tense. And if you are using it correctly, your meaning will be communicated effectively and exactly as you want it to be communicated. Then we have past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. So past perfect suggests action which is complete in the past, which is completed in the past. We have already discussed this. And past perfect continuous is that action began in the past or in the remote past, and it was continuing at the time of speaking in the past. So it was continuing at the reference point of time that you have taken and about which you are speaking. So action began in the past and was continuing at some time in the past. If it is continuing in the present, then we will use present perfect continuous tense. But if we are talking about the action which began in the past and was continuing sometime in the past, or we say at the time of speaking, जिस समय की हम बात कर रहे हैं उस समय तक वो एक्शन जारी था या प्रोग्रेस में था, कंटिन्यू कर रहा था, then we use past perfect continuous tense. देखिए past perfect continuous और present perfect continuous में रेफरेंस आपका जो है संदर्भ जो है टाइम का वो चेंज हो जाता है. प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस का मतलब है वो अभी भी कंटिन्यू कर रहा है और पास्ट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस का मतलब है वो एक्शन आप पास्ट में कह रहे हैं कि जिस समय हम बात कर रहे हैं उस समय वो कंटिन्यूअस था, उस समय वो एक्शन कंटिन्यू कर रहा था. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड इट विद एन एग्जांपल. सी दिस इज पास्ट परफेक्ट. व्हेन आई रीच्ड भोपाल लास्ट संडे. So when I reached Bhopal last Sunday, you are talking about last Sunday. आपका टाइम ऑफ रेफरेंस क्या है? आपका रेफरेंस टाइम है लास्ट संडे. You are not talking about present. You are talking about last Sunday. When I reached Bhopal last Sunday. So your time of reference is last Sunday and you reached Bhopal on last Sunday. It had rained for 3 days over there. So it had rained for 3 days over there. This is past perfect tense. वहाँ 3 दिन बारिश हो चुकी थी. When you say, when I reached Bhopal last Sunday, it had been raining. It had been raining since last 3 days. So when I reached Bhopal last Sunday, it had been raining since last 3 days over there. It had been raining मतलब वहाँ लगातार बारिश हो रही थी और जब मैं संडे को पहुंचा तब भी हो रही थी. So our point of reference is last Sunday. Last Sunday we are talking about. When I reached Bhopal last Sunday, it had been raining since last 3 days over there. So the action of raining is continuous and it is continuing till last Sunday. It began 3 days back and it was continuing all through the 3 days till I reached Bhopal on last Sunday. So in this way, past perfect continuous denotes an action which began in the past and was continuing at the point of speaking in the past itself. So this is about past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. Now let's take future tense. In future simple, we use shall, will and the first form of the verb. So shall, will and the first form of the verb is used in simple future tense, and in future continuous tense we use ing form of the verb. So we use shall or will as according to the new subject, then be and ing form of the verb. In simple future means any action which will take place in future or which is planned for future, and future continuous means an action that will continue in the future. So any action that will be continuous in future. Examples of simple future is with the I or we with first person we normally use shall to express simply future tense. And with the second person and third person we use will when we want to indicate future tense. So I shall write to you. I shall write to you. This is an example of a sentence spoken in simple future tense. He is going to write a book. This is also future tense. So in simple future, we also use going to and the first form of the verb. This also means that he will write a book or he is about to write a book. So here, this first form of the verb with going to. So going to with first form of the verb also indicates future tense. So don't get confused with present continuous tense that this is his MR and ing form in go. The main verb is write. The main verb is write. And when you say going to write, it means you are about to write or you will write. So he is going to write means he will write a book. Or you can simply say he is going to write or he will write. We are going to shift to Delhi next month, or we can also say we shall shift to Delhi next month. The meaning is almost synonymous or they are used to mean the same, future tense. We are going to shift. Your verb is shift. Going to shift means you plan to shift, you are about to shift, and we shall shift to Delhi next month. Both the sentences, they mean future tense. Now continuous tense, I shall be doing job next year. I shall be doing job next year. So this is your assumption. This is your planning that next year I will be doing job or I shall be doing job. He will be watching cricket match tomorrow and will not be available. So the action of watching will continue uh, tomorrow, which is a future time expression, which is a time expression that indicates future tense. So he will be watching cricket match tomorrow and will not be available. He will be having lunch at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So he will be having lunch at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. That means if you go to meet him at 2, you will find him taking lunch, or the action of taking lunch or having lunch, this will be in progress at 2. So this is about future tense. Future tense means any action which will be in progress or which will be continuing in future, at any time in future. Now future perfect tense. Future perfect tense means any action which you plan or which you suppose will get completed in the future. It will get completed in the future. It is future perfect. So here the structure is we use will and shall, will or shall according to the subject. If it is first person, I or we will use shall. If it is second person and third person means you or you all, and third person means he, she, it, or any other noun, abstract noun or pronoun about whom we are talking. And the third person plural means any noun or pronoun in plural, they, children, people, doctors, students. So we say that is third person plural. So will or shall according to the subject, then have and third form of the verb. We always use third form of the verb in the perfect tenses. So let us take some examples of action which will get completed in the future. If you come to my house late in the evening, I shall have left for Mumbai by then. So if you come to my house late in the evening, I shall have left for Mumbai by then. आप मेरे घर अगर इवनिंग में लेट आएंगे तो मैं उस समय तक मुंबई के लिए रवाना हो चुका हूँगा, मुंबई के लिए निकल चुका हूँगा. So in this way, shall have left. This is future perfect tense. They will have completed this project by the end of this month. So by the end of this month, they will have completed this project. So in this is a future time indication, end of this month. This is a future time indication, और ये आपका plan है कि अगर सब कुछ ठीक रहा सारी because this is future tense is hypothetical. I told you hypothetical मतलब imaginary. आप assume करते हैं, suppose करते हैं. If all the conditions are favorable, this will happen. So they will have completed this project by the end of this month. The cricket match will have started by this time tomorrow. कल इस समय तक cricket match start हो चुका होगा. So this action of the match getting started will be complete tomorrow at this time. So it will have started. By the year end, the contractor will have constructed your house. So by the year end, the contractor will have constructed your house. So by the end of the year, your house will have been constructed. The contractor will have constructed your house. So will have constructed. This is future perfect tense. Now, about future perfect continuous tense. See, I told you future tense itself is hypothetical. ये imaginary है. तो आप suppose करते हैं कि मैं ऐसा करूँगा या मैं ऐसा कर रहा हूँगा या ये action हो रहा होगा या action हो चुका होगा. जब आप फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस की बात करते हैं, मतलब कोई एक्शन पास्ट में शुरू होके और इस समय चल रहा होगा. Perfect continuous, that means the action should have started some time before and it will be continuing at some time in the future. और भी ज्यादा हाइपोथेटिकल या और भी ज्यादा इमेजिनरी हो जाता है, ज्यादा हाइपोथेटिकल हो जाता है. ठीक है ना. तो जहां हमें जरूरत है वहां हमारा काम फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूस से फ्यूचर परफेक्ट से ऑलरेडी चल जाता है. तो हम इस टेंस को बहुत कम यूज करते हैं. वी रेयरली यूज फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस इन आवर conversation as well as in writing because it is too hypothetical, very much hypothetical. It is rarely used. We use it less often, and we do not study also because of its less usage. Still, I will give you an example to see the construction and to feel that being too hypothetical complicates the meaning. See, by December 2022, I shall have been teaching in this institute for 15 years. Shall will lagega, then we will use have and then been and ing. Perfect continuous का जो structure है, grammatical structure, that is has, have, been and ing form of the verb. Because it is future perfect continuous, so we should use will or shall. So I shall have been teaching in this institute for 15 years by December 2022. तो 2022 दिसंबर तक मैं इस इंस्टीट्यूट में 15 साल से पढ़ा रही हूँ. ओके, ये कहने की बजाय हम ये कह सकते हैं बाय दिसंबर 2022 आई शैल हैव टॉट इन दिस इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर 15 इयर्स. बजाय कि मैं पढ़ा रही होंगी 15 साल से, आप कह सकते हैं कि मैं 15 साल पढ़ा चुकी हूँ. ओके, इट बिकम्स सिंपलर, इट बिकम्स easy to comprehend, easy to understand. So we do not use future perfect continuous. It is rarely used, and wherever we are in need of using future perfect continuous, वहाँ हमारा काम future continuous या future perfect से अच्छी तरह से चल जाता है. So future perfect and future continuous, they are sufficient to express our meaning. So we do not use future perfect continuous tense often. So now let's take up some exercise. In the first exercise, you have to choose between simple past or past perfect tense. Simple past or past perfect tense. We have already studied to show the sequence of tenses. We use past perfect tense with the action that has happened earlier in the past and simple past with the action that has happened later in the past. So let us try these sentences. I reached the station after the train. Leave. You have to use correct form of the verb reach and leave. And see, the exercise has already suggested that you have to choose between simple past and past perfect tense only. You have to consider only these two tenses, simple past or past perfect tense. So let us see how will we do this sentence. I reached the station after the train leave. What happened first? This word after is the time indicator which shows what happened first. So I reached the station after the train left. After the train leaves. So the action of leaving happened first. And I reached the station later. So with leave you use past perfect tense, had left, and with the reach you can use simple past. I reached the station after the train had left. Next sentence, she told us that she never see a snowfall before. Now she told us this is already done for you. So you only have to consider the verb see and you have to use the appropriate form. Naturally this happened earlier. Never see a snowfall before. So you will use had seen, past perfect tense. So had and never seen. Had never seen. She had never seen a snowfall before. Next sentence, they go home after they finish their work. So they went home after they had finished their work. So after is the time indicator here. They went home after they had finished. This after time indicator, it suggests that this action finished happened first. So they had finished, past perfect tense. They went home after they had finished the work. So finish will take past perfect and go verb will take simple past. So they went home after they had finished their work. The plane already landed when we arrived the station. So the plane had already landed. The plane had already landed because this action happened first. This action happened first. So the plane had already landed when we arrived the station or the airport. Next exercise is you have to use the future perfect tense. When you reach the station, the train leave. You have to use future perfect tense. So when you reach the station, the train, this is an action in the future. The train will have left. So you are already late. When you reach the station, the train will have left. This is future perfect tense. It is already mentioned you have to use future perfect tense. Before you go to meet him, he finished his work. So before you go to meet him, आप उससे मिले उससे पहले वो अपना काम समाप्त कर चुका होगा. So before you go to meet him, he will have finished his work. When you come back to India, your daughter passed her graduation. So when you come back to India, when you return back to India, your daughter will have passed. This is the future perfect tense. आपकी daughter graduation कर चुकी होगी. This was the second exercise which dealt with the future perfect tense. और इस तरह के sentences हम कई बार routine में भी use करते हैं to show our planning. Now going to form or shall will form. We use going to form to indicate future tense. I told you going to and the first form of the verb. We use going to with first form of the verb to indicate future tense, and we also use shall will form to indicate future tense. Now let us see these sentences with going to form so that you become familiar with using going to form and you can use it comfortably in your conversation also, in your day-to-day conversation. Now, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Means what will you do now? It is equal to saying what will you do now? When are you going to finish this book? This means when will you finish the book? Where are we going to plant this tree? So, where will we plant this tree? It means the same. How much are you going to pay me? How much will you pay me? Is he going to publish our book? Means will he publish our book? So let us see how you can answer these questions. What are you going to do now? I'm going to start a new business. The answer can also be with going to. So I'm going to start a new business. It means I shall start new business. When are you going to finish this book? You can answer this question as I'm going to finish this book tomorrow. And what you mean is I shall finish this book tomorrow. So where are we going to plant this tree? So you can answer we are going to plant this tree in the front. So we are going to plant, it means we shall plant this tree in the front. How much are you going to pay me? I'm going to pay you well, or I shall pay you well. So going to pay means shall or will pay. It means simple future tense. Is he going to publish our book? Yes, he is going to publish our book. Or yes, he will publish our book. It means the same. So we have studied the past tense and the future tense, the various verb forms that are used in past and future. If you want to do more exercises, please do the exercises that are given in the topic tenses in your book Communication Skills for Technical Students, book 1 Somaiya publication, and you can also refer to other books like Living English Structure by Orient Longman and You can also refer to Raymond Murphy's book, Essential English Grammar, for grammatical structures and for strengthening your spoken skills. So you can always practice and improve your communication skills. You can improve your speaking. You can improve your listening, writing, and comprehension. So please keep practicing, keep learning. Our next topic will be on voice. Thank you.